All right, welcome to the Canary in the Cage podcast. I'll get that out. I'll get that right eventually. I'm Ron Morgan, and my co-host
Dave Havlicek.
We're here to entertain you, educate you, and maybe even make you laugh. You want anything Monero related?
Yeah, somebody did steal our Monero, so I hid the steganographic Monero seed phrase in our logo,
right?
Our big banner image. And again, like because of the way the challenge worked, we don't know who did it. So somebody downloaded the image and they found the seed word, and then they created the Monero wallet based on that seed word.
Oh,
and
that's cool.
They just take the Monero. So we don't know who did it. But
so
congratulations.
Whoever won, congratulations.
And we didn't get any donations, so you just get that. Oh my God.
It's been ringing all day. Talk to him later. Cool. All right. Do you want to discuss the next Monero challenge now or do it later?
Well, you said you had something.
Well, I had one planned for last week, but yours was pretty good, so I thought yours was cool. Plus, you did all that work to hide that in there, so we did yours. So let's do this one this week. So last week, we talked about the DNC and how they had the vasectomy clinic and the abortion clinic set up there. Yeah. And you got a free coupon for a hot dog. Yeah. At the Wiener Circle.
I saw that actor Mark Hamill used his coupon because he took a photo at the Wiener Circle.
He's too old to get a vasectomy. That'd be just dust in there.
I mean, the coupon's a coupon, man.
Yeah. Yeah, they cut open that ball sack and he's like...
Did they use a lightsaber, do you think?
Oh, that would have been cool. I actually would have paid to watch that video. So what it was is the Wiener Circle. It's a hot dog restaurant, I guess, by Wrigley Field, and they take pride in insulting people. Right. So think about this. Think of this as you're the employee, and you see Mark Hamill or anybody come in with a free hot dog coupon from the DNC, you know they just, if it's a guy, well, is it a guy?
You don't ask. You don't ask.
Can girls get vasectomies?
They can get whatever they want now.
Okay, so if you see someone with a coupon in their hand, you know they either got a vasectomy or an abortion. So what insults or what funny things could you hurl at them to make us laugh?
There you go. Best insult gets the 0.01 Monero.
There you go. Be creative, people. And even if you're not a comic, you can still be funny. So stretch your mind out and try to find something that would be entertaining. I'm pretty confident if you Google or YouTube Wiener Circle, you might find the old TV shows they used to do there.
Probably.
And you can kind of get the feel of what they do. But honestly, why copy them? Be creative.
Right.
Let's hear some good insults for people that got a free vasectomy at the DNC. I mean, abortion, I don't know. I guess we could make fun of abortion.
Why not? I don't care. I'll make fun of anything.
All right, abortion's on the table too. All right, so what's been going on this week? We got Mickey Mouse hands, the Walls dude. He said that the First Amendment does not protect you from hate speech, lying, or misinformation.
Now, I only read it like 2 or 3 times a year, so I could be wrong, but I don't remember that being in there.
Well, so what it is when you do that, so you've got to read down to the very bottom. Yeah. And it says that in there.
Oh, it's like fine print?
Yeah, it's a fine print of the Constitution,
like a magnifying glass?
You dumb motherfucker.
Like you got to steal it from the archives like Nicolas Cage, and then get the magnifying glass on there? Is that what you got to do?
Yeah. Oh, that guy's a douche. So what I was thinking is why not make the media and the politicians follow that rule first? Yeah. Before we even consider it. I mean, seriously, the lies that come out of the politicians and the medias. Speaking of politicians that lie, guess who found out they have stolen valor this week?
Donald Trump?
No, actually Harris has stolen valor.
Wait, McDonald's valor?
Stolen valor.
Yeah, for McDonald's.
Yeah, well, actually it was McDonald's. Well, actually, there's 2 things. But yeah, she said she worked at McDonald's and she never did. And, I mean, to me, when she said she operated the ice cream machine, I knew she was lying.
Because it never works.
Fucking things never work. Unless, no. There is one caveat that could make this different. Yeah. It could have been the manager's ice cream machine.
Ah, she was working in that.
Okay. A white creamy substance came out, so she thought it was ice cream.
I actually saw your post today, and I replied to it.
Oh, did you?
And I said, while smoking weed to Tupac and Snoop Dogg.
Yeah.
Back in college. in the late 80s.
And she's also getting called out because she claims she's from Oakland, and she is not.
I did actually see this one, and that's like saying I'm from Chicago when you're really from Naperville.
Right, you can't say it.
But they do.
You can't.
Okay.
No, that is.
No, I'm giving a pass on this one. Sorry.
No, I'm not, because I thought I mentioned this before. On CNN, there were two guys being interviewed. One was from South Side of Chicago. One guy's from Evanston.
Yeah.
They were both politicians. And the guy from Evanston, so Evanston just sits a little north of Chicago.
Right.
And the guy goes, well, I'm from Chicago. The other guy goes, you're not from Chicago. You're from Evanston. Don't say you're from Chicago if you're not.
No, I mean, this is a common thing.
Like city pride.
Well, I get that, but like, there's people from New York. If they say I'm from some bumfuck suburb you never heard of, they're say they're from New York.
No, because it's Chicago and Chicagoland. Oakland and Oakland land.
No,
bullshit. Don't lie. Because first of all, she's from Berkeley, which means she was probably a rich little girl.
Okay, where am I from, Ron? Not Chicago. Like where
you
do I
said
live?
Chicago.
No, where do I live now?
Las Vegas.
Incorrect.
No.
I live in Paradise.
Yeah, you're in Paradise.
So but I say Las Vegas because people don't know what Paradise is.
That's okay. So we're a little different here in the city.
No.
No, because the tourists, everybody thinks the Strip is in Las Vegas, and it's technically not.
Right, but everyone thinks Oakland is whatever the fuck, and everyone thinks Berkeley's whatever the fuck.
She was going for street cred. She got called out for either not being black or not being black enough, or whatever the hell it is.
I'm giving a pass on this.
And they're like, no. You don't. Well, I mean, AOC does the same thing. She ain't from Brooklyn.
Well, she has to live there, though.
Oh, she might live there now, but she's not from there.
Okay.
No, she's from the suburbs outside of New York.
Okay.
No, you can't take this stolen dollar, my friends. No, because living in Naperville is not.
Yeah, but the thing is, when you're somewhere else, nobody knows what Naperville is, so you just say I'm from Chicago.
No, you're from the suburbs of Chicago.
Yeah, but that's too many syllables.
Oh, then I don't know where I'm from. Stolen valor is stolen valor. And honestly, I really don't care about this issue because there's a lot of times that I've misspoken that as well. But I do live in Vegas, though.
Okay, right.
Because I'm north of Sahara.
Yeah.
So I actually can say that. Don't be stealing valor in this fucking podcast. You're from Paradise. Although I do love the name Paradise, though, by the way. I would love to live in Paradise, Nevada.
Do you know the story of Paradise?
No.
So when Las Vegas was kind of starting up in the I think 40s.
Yeah.
The mob moved in to start running casinos.
The mob?
Yeah.
Was here in Vegas?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, we have a mob museum.
Huh. Is that why the crime rate was so low?
Yes.
Because it's not now.
Absolutely.
Oh, okay.
But anyway, Las Vegas proper was like, no, we don't want your bullshit here. So at the time, the Strip was nothing. It was just empty. It was route. It might have been Route 66 actually. No, that's too far
that's
south.
not the King.
Yeah. But I forget what it was. But it was, or maybe 95 or 93 or one of those. So they just said, "Fuck you, we're gonna just build casinos outside there."
So they made it better than Las Vegas.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it depends on what you're looking for. I prefer Las Vegas, downtown Las Vegas, for my entertainment value. I don't really gamble, so I don't really care. I mean, I'll throw $1, $5. I'll throw $20 in a slot machine for some free alcohol. I win either way. But yeah, I don't really gamble. So, so Fremont, I actually like the live bands.
Yeah, that's nice.
Well, I hesitate because Alter Ego is one of those bands. I just don't like them. My wife and son love
here
them.
Comes the lawsuits.
No. They're a cover band.
Doesn't matter.
They don't have their own material.
They can sue you.
They can sue me?
Sure. You said you don't like them. You're
I don't
giving
like
them negative publicity on a podcast.
Are they going to get butthurt and go to run their safe space and call their attorney? All right, guys. Well, go ahead. I mean, I could probably give you my laptop. That's probably the only thing I actually own. Because nothing's in my name. Because in my family, I am the most likely one. I was voted most likely to be sued.
Sounds about right.
So, yeah, right. I mean, no one really questions that. So we just make sure shit's not in my name. And I'm just the lonely idiot that has nothing to my name except a laptop. No, I don't like him because, I mean, it's a great show. And for tourists, it's a lovely event to attend. Oh, I think I fall back to the comedy thing. You can't steal somebody else's joke.
Yeah.
But he's not really stealing it because of music. You can do that.
Yeah.
But I don't know. My wife's like, why do you not like him? I go, I don't really know, but it's just something. But if you're on Fremont Street, check them out. Make a decision for yourself if you like alter ego or not. See, I'm promoting you guys, so don't sue me. So what else has Harris lied about?
Oh, jeez. Everything? What hasn't she?
She keeps stealing Trump's campaign.
Did she steal another one?
Well, I think she's up to 6 now. oh, that's the other Monero thing we could. Next week we'll do a Monero giveaway.
Yeah.
For the best meme representing Harris stealing stuff.
Ah, okay.
Because I don't have Photoshop on any of my computers, and I wanted to Photoshop the Hamburglar.
Yeah.
With her face on it.
Yeah.
And the tray where the hamburgers are, I wanted to remove those and put in like no tax on tips. Yeah. The housing thing.
The Bitcoin thing. That's the one I forgot about.
Right, the Bitcoin thing. She stole Trudeau's housing plan. And just put that in place of the hamburgers. I think that would be funny. But maybe next week that might be our Monero giveaway.
Okay, we'll
funniest
see.
Meme.
We'll see.
Because I'm sure we have some talented people out there. Because we love our listeners. All 2 of you. But yeah, no, so here's my issue. She is out there making the EV. I'm not for banning gas engines. I want EVs. I want EVs not the EV law, whatever's gonna go away.
Yeah.
And it's she wants to frack.
Yeah, oh, sure, okay.
Oh, she's frack. Well, it's either her or her campaign. There's a lot of stuff's coming out from her campaign.
Yeah.
So she can go, well, I didn't say that. I had a rogue campaign person.
I went to her website and I still can't find any policies at all.
Well, it's like in the Constitution, you have to look deeper.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But no, so...
I mean, I viewed source, I right-clicked and went to the inspection window and there's nothing. There's no policies.
Well, maybe she doesn't have anything because she can't steal them fast enough. So, this is why I know she's lying. She has brought up the EV one. She's brought up the fracking. She's brought up, she wants to build the wall. No, I want to build the wall. Guess who's not complaining about this?
Trump.
No, the squad. The Progressive Democrats aren't calling her out.
Yeah.
So they've been told because they've been told to keep their mouth shut so she gets elected, and she'll do none of it.
Of course,
she will not live up to any of her campaign plans.
Who believes any of this stuff? No one can believe this.
Apparently, white women in the 30s and 40s, and maybe possibly black women. They're saying now.
Well, why don't they just vote for Trump, who's actually going to do this stuff?
Because they hate Trump.
But he's going to do the stuff that they want to see get done.
Yeah, but he says mean things.
So.
And
so does she. What did she say about Joe Biden on her debate? Didn't she call him a rapist?
Racist.
Racist
Because she was talking about busing. Again, she was lying that she was bussed as a child.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been to Berkeley. I'm pretty sure she wasn't bussed. But don't sue me if I'm wrong, Camilla. I don't need you coming at me with Mickey Mouse hands. And she's like, your policies caused me to be bussed.
Yeah.
And you're a racist. And next thing you know, they're on the team together.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure how that works. But I think she did attack him pretty well.
Yeah.
Speaking of debates, we got the Trump and Harris debate coming up pretty soon.
Well, he might be in jail.
No, it's actually before that.
Oh, is it before?
But he's not going to jail. He's not going to even be charged with 34 felonies.
He's already charged. He's convicted. How many times we got to go
Show me the paperwork. Show me the judgment paperwork.
The jury said guilty.
And the judgment paperwork did not get filled out. As though I haven't checked since July, so I could be wrong. Because it's more than anything, they don't want to set the precedents.
I don't think they care.
No,
they care. They've already said it. They set precedents already.
But we can turn it around on no, because if there's no charges, the precedent is not set.
It's already a conviction. Your charges are
the
years
judge
ago.
has to agree with it.
Dude, you don't even understand the terms you're saying.
Yes, I do.
He was charged. He was tried. He was found guilty by a jury.
So why didn't they go ahead and lock him up back in July when they had the chance, before the convention?
Because the judge always has to set a sentencing date. They always do that.
It was July.
Yeah, and then there was a Supreme Court ruling about immunity, which said, okay, we're gonna have to review how this applies, and that's what they're doing at the moment.
Only a few weeks away.
Okay.
When this Mershon either extends it further, or just says no charges will be filed.
Again, you're saying charges filed. Charges were filed a year ago.
No, what? Which ones?
The ones that they hauled him into court and made him listen to a trial.
And what were those again?
What do you think it means to file charges?
Okay, so the charges were filed to go to court.
Okay.
Fine. But the conviction will not stick. Michonne has too much to lose.
He has nothing to lose.
Oh, he will lose his seat on the bench if he does this.
No, he won't.
Oh, yes, he will.
He won't.
People are going to go after him.
What people?
Lawyers are going to go after him.
On what grounds? What judge are they going to draw? They're going to draw him, and he's going to say, case dismissed.
No.
You don't understand how it works in New York.
He would not let the prosecutors call witnesses.
Nobody cares.
Nobody
cares.
He kept I know, but
okay, so
I still say they wanted to call Trump.
It's like you're arguing with Stalin. Like Stalin, you can't have these kangaroo courts. They're not legal, Stalin.
See.
Hitler, you can't do this, Hitler. It says right here in the document, Hitler, you can't do that. Well, he did it.
I predict the fat guy happy I'm right dance is coming soon.
You don't get what you're up against.
What? Making this belly bounce and dance? It's a hard job to do, but I can do it.
You're going to find out. They don't give a fuck.
No, because they don't want it turned around on them.
It's not going to turn around on them. They have control.
Today. But if Trump can pull off a win without the cheating, because I still say she cannot win on her own.
It doesn't matter. They have the cheating. They have everything.
Man, it's getting kind of scary.
Oh, okay. Well, then start getting ready for it. Stop with this fucking QAnon stuff.
For
like, Trump's secretly they're gonna vacate. And they're gonna
QAnon stuff.
That's what QAnon. They trust the plan. That's what QAnon is.
Okay, I trust that no one. I don't think he'll be convicted, and I think he'll win.
You're going to find out.
And I think that's where the shit's going to get
You're going to find
serious.
out the hard way.
What do you think? You think Harrison's going to be our next president?
Of course.
And Vice President Mickey Mouse hands?
Of course. They have all the cheating regime behind them. They have everything.
But we know some of their game plan.
It doesn't matter.
Well, that's because right now the SAVE Act is being dragged through the House or through Congress somewhere, and it stops illegals from voting. Shocking, that's being dragged through. Slow walk.
But you don't have the votes to pass that. Biden's not going to sign it.
Oh, Biden is still our president.
Yes.
Can he be president at the beach?
Yes.
That's where he is now.
Yeah.
Okay, not like right now, but like earlier today, he was seen at the beach.
He might still be there.
It's in California.
Yeah,
it's only a couple hour drive from here. We can hurl in.
I'm not going over there.
Yeah. Okay. So well, we'll see. We're gonna have to let this play out and see where it goes. What else do we have?
I got some tech news I want to talk about.
Go ahead.
So, one of our earlier episodes, we did an episode on secured messaging systems.
Right.
Oh. And I gave Signal as my common recommendation, and there was another one that I didn't really discuss called Telegram.
Right.
And I didn't discuss it because it actually is not very good security-wise.
Or is it?
Well, no, it's not.
I mean, he's standing his ground.
Well, so what happened was the founder of Telegram, his name is Pavel Durov. I think he's from Russia. He was arrested in France, and they're charging him with all sorts of stupid bullshit like unlicensed cryptography, which... Oh, I need a license to do math now? Like, what the fuck is that? And not complying with warrants to hand over data and all this other bullshit. So the thing with Telegram is it does offer end-to-end encryption, but it's something that's optional that you have to turn on manually. So if you open a chat with somebody, by default, it's not encrypted. It's wide out in the open. Anyone can see what you're saying if they're spying on the network. Pavel Durov can see what you're saying if he logs in and... So when a lot of things people were doing, like they were doing criminal conspiracy shit or just drug rings or pedophile rings.
On the internet?
Yeah.
Huh.
So when they were doing that on Telegram, they were doing it unencrypted. So France would be like, or some other country would be like, hey, we want you to give us the communications that we know that you have access to. And he said, no, fuck you, I'm not doing that. So that's the thing with encryption, right? The guy who owns Signal... He can say, "Well, I don't have anything." Right? You can log into my computers if you want.
Use my passwords. Okay.
So with Telegram, he has that data, but he won't give it over. So now they have grounds to charge him. So like, it's not just a matter of encryption is important. It's encryption is important even for the people who write the software.
Yeah.
Because if one of the writers of Monero, for example, steps foot in France, well, France has no evidence against him because I don't know what the Monero's doing. It just does what it does. But if you have what's the word I'm looking for? Like sometimes encryption. Then they can say, well, we know you have that. So now you have to give it everything.
But it's still free speech, though.
I'm fully against what France is doing. I mean, it's all bullshit. Like, you can't criminalize free speech. You can't criminalize encryption.
Well, but can you in France, though?
Well, I mean, France can do whatever they want.
Yeah, well, I think it's backed by our CIA, but whatever.
But yeah, so it's total bullshit that this guy's been arrested, but this is why I did not support Telegram as an application, because it leads to this kind of shit.
Gotcha.
So, I mean, anytime I make a recommendation for software, like if someone from one of our listeners wants to know why did I pick this instead of that, and maybe I didn't discuss the alternatives, please bring it up, and I will. I didn't pick that because of these things.
Well, that goes with any story we tell, because we kind of just hit the highlights. The headline version. If you guys want to know more, let us know. We'll do a deep dive.
Absolutely.
So I get it. But the encryption apps have actually got some traction here over the past few weeks, because now they're saying that the shooter guy for Trump was on encrypted apps as well.
I mean, everyone should be.
Yeah, everyone should be. But they all. But did you hear the news the FBI released yesterday?
No.
So they have been telling us all along that his cell phones had no information on there, his home network had no information on there.
Yeah.
But now they said, oh, well, he wasn't just after Trump. It was Trump or Biden.
Yeah, that was always out there. That info was always out there.
Oh, I just heard about it just the other day.
No, they had his Google searches, and that came out almost maybe
from
2
where?
days.
His parents' computer?
I don't know whose computer was on, but it was like Trump dates, and then also Biden dates and locations and stuff.
I haven't seen that. I just heard about this
I
week,
remember that being out early on.
I don't know. I just think the FBI is... a very nice department, and we should honor them respectfully.
Sure.
Until Trump gets in and closes them. Or puts JFK in charge of them.
You mean RFK?
Oh, yeah, JFK's dead. Well, if they dig him up, I mean, I'm sure we can clone him at this point.
Let's not do that.
You don't like JFK?
No.
Okay. Who would you clone? Political-wise.
What do you mean, Javier Milei? The Argentina president?
But he's still alive.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm thinking
cloning dead
people. My fault. Like, did he die? I mean, that guy's a badass. I do dig that guy. Where are we at now? So one of the things that I've kind of talked about October surprises before.
Yeah.
And I think they're going to attempt another one, and they're going to try. Since Biden is now disconnected from the White House and he's just out hanging out at the beach and, I don't know, going to microbreweries? I don't know. He's just hanging out in Southern California for some reason. They're going to have Harris negotiate a deal between Putin and Zelensky for a peace deal. Now, if this happens, that means Putin's compliant. Because he is not ready for a peace deal.
Right.
We have crossed numerous of his red lines.
Right.
And there's no way he's going to agree to a peace deal unless he's forced to. And I don't know, do we have, in this country, can we force Putin to do something?
I mean, we can threaten to nuke him, but that's pretty extreme.
Yeah, but he can threaten to nuke us.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, okay, the thing is, I mean, this might actually apply to us too, but Russian nukes probably don't work anymore. And I assume a significant portion of ours don't work anymore either.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I mean, they don't keep that shit up. And people don't even know how to do it anymore. I mean, they've lost the knowledge.
What was the password?
Yeah.
Oh, God, this is just goofy shit in this country right now. But we got the nuclear subs just sitting off of Cuba.
Well, yeah, but those are nuclear powered. They don't have nuclear weapons.
Oh, I thought there was... I was under the impression that they had nuclear weapons on there to hit our land.
Maybe they do, but when someone says nuclear sub, that means it's powered by a nuclear reactor.
No, I understand that. But
yeah, I don't know. Maybe they do. Maybe they don't. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe I should look into that a little bit more. Because I was assuming that they... I mean, why have...
Well, so a sub can't get away fast enough to avoid the nuclear fallout? So, that would be a suicide mission.
Wouldn't they just dive down and be underwater?
Well, like they're shooting a torpedo, right? I'm assuming. Or are they surfacing, shooting a missile, and then diving? I don't know how it's supposed to work.
I guess I don't either.
Yeah.
All right, next story. Because we have no fucking clue what we're talking about. Yeah, no, but they're talking about she's going to broker a peace deal because Trump said in early November he's going to release his peace deal.
Yeah.
To force them to come together. So now that he's doing that, now she's got to try to one up.
Like Putin would come to that meeting and just fucking destroy her, right? and embarrass the fuck out of her.
So that's a valid point you just brought up, and the reason I'm calling that out is in the debate. They're like, well, Trump's got to, she's a woman. He's got to be respectful of that. And he's got to, and they're like, well, is Putin going to do that?
No, of course not.
So Trump should go full Trump on her.
Yeah.
like 2015 Trump.
Yeah. Well, Putin would just rip her to shreds. I mean, that guy knows his shot. Like, I don't care what your opinion of him as a human is, but he is very knowledgeable.
He's
very
guy.
Shrewd when it comes to making deals and
see Russians. We love you too. All right, so we don't necessarily love Putin. I don't know. I mean, when he was shirtless, I guess there was a little bit. The sweat was glistening off of him. Maybe I don't know, but no, I mean, it's all bullshit.
It's all him.
They're just saber rattling right now, trying to scare us. And you saw that story I talked about last week, where the refugees are taking over buildings in Colorado.
Yeah.
That's starting to pop in the news right now.
Videos and stuff. Yeah.
And there's other cities that they say it's happening in San Diego, San Antonio, but the media is just not telling us.
Well, like I said last week, I think those people might be better off under the gangs than under the
the gangs of the government.
Yeah, I mean, shit. Like, you know what you're dealing with, right? Like, pay your rent on time, they don't leave you alone.
Yeah. So maybe it will work out. Maybe we'll have a new model of apartment management companies here. Venezuelan gangs.
There you go.
Yeah. What else we got going on? So Mark Zuckerberg, have you heard about this?
Yeah.
He finally admitted to oh yeah, I was forced by the CIA or the FBI or whatever.
Right.
And so a lot of people are speculating that he's doing this to save Facebook.
Well, save it from what? I mean,
because his demographics is 40 and 50 and 60-year-olds.
Okay.
Facebook is not for the young anymore. We've taken it over.
Right.
I guess we've always had it when we were young. We grew up with it. And what do older people think? They're more Trump supporters.
Yeah.
So I think he's just trying to save his business.
I mean, there's got to be accountability. You can't just say, "Oh, sorry, I did an oopsie."
Well, that's the thing. He said sorry, but I mean, he didn't really disclose full details of how it happened, why he chose to do it.
You got to name names, buddy.
Yeah, he's just being a little punk. And when he heads to his bunker, we know we're in trouble. Because no, he may not be connected anymore. He may be out of the inner circle. So maybe he won't even know. Maybe his bunker will lie empty.
Yeah.
As
you got the address of that bunker, by the way? I'd just like to know for curiosity.
I know it's in Hawaii. So maybe when the immigrants take over and they turn into the UN Army, like I've been saying, they're armed, they're running around the country, they're killing people, and they're taking over buildings. Okay, we're gonna roll this down the street too. We'll see in November. Oh, Jesus Christ! And then, like we talked about last week, Kennedy did drop out and join the Trump campaign.
Yes, we did predict that, and it happened. So there you go.
Predicted, read the news because we did it the day before. I think it was already pretty much set in stone.
Well, so actually, it's funny because the Democrats are now fighting to keep his name on the ballot.
Yeah, I was going to talk about that. Exactly where I was going with that. So Michigan will not let him move his name off the ballot.
Yeah.
But they took off Joe Biden's name.
Right.
And, what's the other president's guy running for president? I just forgot his name. But there's another, they're trying to get him off too. They want to remove his name.
Oh, Cornel West?
Yeah, Cornel West. But they want to leave Kennedy's on there.
What about Chase Oliver?
He's not on there, I thought.
He's not in Michigan?
What? He shouldn't be on there.
Why?
Well, he should be on any state.
Why not?
Well, you should be an actual libertarian.
Well, but he won.
Before you're on a ballot. he won through a scam.
He still won.
Basic bitch and his basic bitch boys pulled a scam and they got on there.
He still won. Oh, so that kind of reminds me. They did this whole thing in Colorado where they wanted to the Libertarian Party of Colorado wanted to kick Chase off the ballot and put RFK on.
Okay.
As a libertarian, and they lost that fight. So Chase is still the Colorado guy, and RFK made the signatures as an independent anyway, so he was on the ballot in Colorado. But now he's saying, "Well, I'd take me off the list, take me off the ballot in Colorado."
Yeah.
So like, wait, if he won the Libertarian nomination, then he would have fucked over the Colorado Libertarians.
Yeah.
So like,
He never would have won the Libertarian. Well, I shouldn't say that because even less of a Libertarian beat him out for that spot. Because, I mean, RFK is not a Libertarian. He has no principles as a Libertarian, but neither does Chase Oliver. Oh, I'm sorry. He thought of a few since like 2012 when he became a Libertarian because he heard something.
2012 is, I mean, that's a long time ago.
Yeah, but I mean, the best he can come up with is, well, I guess legalizing marijuana is not a bad thing. What?
I mean,
come on. Legalizing marijuana is like, I mean, like a kindergartner would be like, just legalize that shit. And he's like, well, maybe we should legalize. What? We haven't realized that tax dollars, there's a lot of benefits to it?
fuck the tax dollars. I say no taxes at all. Bullshit.
Well, I agree, but I mean, I was pro the higher taxes on marijuana just to get marijuana legalized. I'm okay with that.
No compromise.
Baby steps, and they take it all away from us. Like we'll be losing our free speech here pretty soon.
Yeah, well, they're going to do it anyway, so fuck them. Take it all.
Mickey Mouse hands wants to take our free speech away. Harris wants to take our guns away, and she has said it, people.
Yep.
She has said, "I will."
That one's on her Twitter.
100 days.
Yeah, that's on her Twitter.
She will ban guns.
Good luck.
And then she'll send the UN Army to our door.
Yeah, good luck. Oh, I was reminded yesterday. Someone brought this up in one of the chat rooms I'm in, and you ever see the movie Tombstone?
Oh, wait, was it
Kurt Russell?
Wait, was it like a Western or something, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And like, how the fuck would I not see that movie?
Okay, but there's a scene in the movie where Kurt Russell, they trap some of the cowboy gang into like trying to assassinate his brother.
Was that the shooting over the river?
No, that was a different part of the movie. This was at the train station.
Oh, yeah.
So they get the guy on the ground, they disarm him. And he goes like, "You brought down the thunder, now you got it."
Yeah.
Any man wearing a red sash, that's their gang symbol.
Yeah, will be shot on. Yeah.
I kill him on sight. And I was thinking, what if we change that to any man wearing a blue helmet? And then you finish the sentence for me. Like I'll let you finish that. But I was thinking like, if someone could like AI that meme up, that would be pretty cool.
Yeah, because also the final move he made after saying that is he turned his foot cockeyed, took his spurs, and cut the guy's face with it. A badass movie. No, that is one of my favorite movies. I actually went to Tombstone, Arizona.
Oh, nice.
It was all touristy and hokey and shit like that, but we were sort of in the area, and I'm like, I'm never going to be this close to Tombstone again. It was kind of cool. I dug it. There's a couple bars there, so I had a drink or two. I wasn't going to see the shootout of the OK Crowd because it costs like a lot of money to go see that. And I'm like, really? Are you really shooting people or is this fake gun?
Yeah.
And, then I'm not interested.
Well, if they're really shooting people, I can see why it costs so
I
much.
would pay the extra because you got to buy new people every once in a while. But yeah, no, Tombstone is definitely one of my favorite movies. I mean, Val Kilmer, is that one of his best roles?
Probably.
I mean, because he was in Top Gun. He did pretty well in that.
Yeah, well, that was Top Secret. You ever see that one?
Yeah, it was kind of funny. Real Genius to me was one of his,
good.
Yeah, but I think Doc Holliday.
Yeah, that's his best role.
Was his shit. Yeah, no, it was a good movie. If you haven't seen it, check out Tombstone. And then there's also another movie that came out very similar time called Wyatt Earp.
Yeah,
they were kind of both about Wyatt Earp.
Yeah,
the Wyatt Earp movie was more historical information.
Yeah,
although still not 100% true. Where Tombstone was more theatrics.
Well, so the funny thing about Wyatt Earp and Tombstone and all that shit, those guys were a bunch of fucking assholes. Like, do you know that?
Well, I mean,
so, like, they robbed banks and they robbed stagecoach. Like, the things that the cowboy gang were doing, like the Earp gang was doing too. It's just they won. So that's why we think they're the good guys.
Well, first of all, there wasn't as many bank robberies as we were led to believe.
No, there wasn't. Yeah,
there's like more bank robberies in the average week in America now,
than
there was in the entire Wild West.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you're making judgments based on like today's.
Well, no, I'm saying like they were bad people. They were not good people.
What gang of Wyatt Earps robbed banks though?
They did. Like the Earp brothers. I'm not going to say rob banks specifically, but I know they did a lot of bad shit. Like they did murder and they were assholes.
Right, okay. Well, Morgan Earp, is that the one that or Virgil?
Virgil was the old
died.
guy.
Yeah, Virgil was so when Virgil Earp left Arizona, he was the sheriff in Jesus Christ, the town right north of Tonopah. Gold Hill, Gold something.
I don't know.
Yeah, so if you're driving towards Reno on 95, you'll hit Beatty.
Yeah.
And then you're gonna hit I think you hit Gold Hill next.
Huh.
Before I think
I know I've driven that way, but I don't remember the names.
It's where the cars are stuck in the ground. It was
yeah.
That's where he was sheriff. Huh. He actually died as sheriff there.
Wow.
That was kind of cool. I mean, I didn't know that until I was actually there and I was talking to a local.
There you go.
And they said, yeah, we had an Earp here as sheriff. Huh. So okay. What else do we have? Kennedy on the ballot. So yeah, Kennedy. I thought that Kennedy being on the ballot was a pretty smart move. But obviously now, because he took his name off of some states, but he left him out in swing states and still stuff from Biden. He's like, but go ahead and vote for me. He goes, because I'll get more control over certain delegates if I get votes. So
I mean, like, as long as the state law allows for that, like, I don't go, like, do whatever dirty tricks you can.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I still want to see here in Nevada them force Biden's name on the ballot because he missed the deadline.
Yeah.
Right. He did not meet the deadline for dropping out. So Biden's name must be on the ballot in Nevada. And if it's not, they need to fucking make lawsuits. They need to.
No, agreed. But now, if somebody votes for Biden, would that automatically default to Harris or not?
It's a vote for Biden. And then Biden's not running, so we throw those out.
Oh, wow. We should do a campaign to see if Biden can win the presidency then.
Vote for Biden, Nevada. Joe Biden. And then vote for me for Congress. And then if you're in Ron's district, vote for Ron for State Assembly.
Assembly District 5. I think we're pretty much shit out luck. And now, I mean, as libertarians, we only get our 3% or whatever our percentage is. But now with Chase Oliver, it's going to be, I think we're going to be less than whole numbers as well.
Well, my race has like 6 fucking people.
Oh, you should actually try to sneak through that.
For what?
Go knock some doors, man.
Yeah,
Start up in Northern Nevada.
Get the fuck
work your way down.
No, fuck that. I mean, I don't even have any. They can't vote for me in Northern Nevada. That's District 3.
Oh, you congressional. Okay, I was thinking it was a whole state thing.
No, I'm like South Point, that area, and then like Strip, and then South, and then East. Yeah, Henderson.
Ooh, Henderson. Sorry, Henderson people. I just don't like you. No, Henderson's fine. I guess. I don't know. Yeah, I mean that's pretty much all. There's some other stuff I think I wanted to. Let me check the Twitter where I posted on there.
News Week.
Yeah, I mean, kind of was. There was some shit going on.
I mean, like no one's campaigning. Even Trump's not really out there campaigning a whole lot. Like he does his rallies and stuff, but
yeah. Well, I think Harris and Mickey Mouse Hands was on a bus tour.
Yeah, what does Georgia. That mean? They were just driving a bus
with his Mickey Mouse Hands.
Yeah, like what the fuck?
God, what a freaky dude. And then there was a big discussion. Can we make fun of his son for crying? I don't know what the age of the kid is, but I think he has special needs. Leave the fucking kid alone.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck. It really gets me when like I log on to Twitter and like some of these right wing accounts pop up, which I assume is your fault because you're fucking liking these tweets, and they're like, Kamala Harris is wearing Converse shoes. Like who gives a fuck what shoes she's wearing?
No. Were they Chuck Taylors?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck, she can't wear those.
Who fucking cares?
Only.
Dude, okay, like, this doesn't fucking matter. Why are you focusing on, why are you driving millions of tweets about her fucking shoes? She has 20 billion bad ideas. Talk about her ideas. Well, idiots.
She shouldn't be wearing, those are,
fuck off. Who cares?
No, I love those shoes, though.
Who fucking cares? It's so stupid.
I actually fell in love with those shoes when I used to do, when I was working on buildings, I'd go on roofs every once in a while. If you're on I guess what the Secret Service is scared of, the sloped roofs, which is actually a pitched roof, they're great for pitched roofs.
Yeah.
Because Secret Service, hey, here's some advice for you.
Wear some Converse.
Put on Chuck E. D's or Chuck Taylors. Yeah. And you tie them nice and tight because it's the rubber sole with the canvas. It seats your foot properly, and then your ankle's allowed to move freely.
Interesting.
So you can actually handle a sloped roof or in reality a pitched roof. Well, no, okay.
Well, maybe that's why she was wearing them. Like she's like,
you think she's getting on a roof,
showing off the new uniform for Secret Service.
Yeah, there you go. So
leading by example.
So I kind of brought this up throughout the time we've been on the air. Or is this on the air or is it on the computer?
I don't know. It's over the wire.
Yeah.
We over Wi-Fi.
I don't do that over the wire thing. Like, it's a callback. It's a callback to another show. Good for you. So that's what I was saying. Oh, so you're obviously aware of January 6th at the Capitol.
No, what happened January 6th?
A bunch of Antifa members showed up dressed like MAGA people and broke into the Capitol.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then some actual MAGA people got stupid and went where they shouldn't have belonged. But you do know about the bombs at the DNC and the RNC.
Yeah, pipe bombs.
There's a lot of information coming out on that.
Yeah, I saw some of this. Like, it was like, there was a video of a police, was it a police officer?
He's walking down the street or sitting in the cars.
No, he did something in the area where the pipe bomb was.
Yeah.
And then he talked to a cop or
Yeah, so there's the bombs.
It's weird.
So first of all, the bombs were placed there by a dude who, on camera, on his cell phone.
Right.
And they can't find him.
Yeah.
Or they knew who he was, but they didn't want to move in on him.
Well, maybe he was smart and he listened to Canary in the Cage and he has a cell phone that couldn't be tracked.
Or he was a CIA or
Which
FBI
I have to actually do an episode on that. Let me write that down.
So Dan Bongino is saying that was the first plan, and then they went after when the Capitol riot kicked up. They backed off on that.
Yeah.
And then that obviously took precedence and he kind of references Nancy Pelosi's video, which I still don't understand that her daughter released that because it makes her look like shit.
Right.
I don't know. But so they're saying that because the Capitol kicked up, they decided not to blow those bombs up because Harris was in the building, but nobody knew she was in the building. There's a lot. I'm just kind of touching on right now.
Was she like sucking someone's dick or what? Like,
well, she had to like welcome the new Secret Service team to her. Oh lordy. That's a fun. Okay, so we have Bill Clinton got a blowjob in the White House. Now we're gonna have a female president who gives blowjobs in the White House.
Well, it all ties together. See?
But I guess, would she though? I mean...
Yeah, well...
Because she normally does that to promote herself.
Yeah, but maybe like to Putin or something. Like Putin's visiting and she wants to get her peace deal done.
Give me a peace deal.
and there you go. And I don't know.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Apparently she's actually a good cook. Have you seen this?
No.
Like, someone was talking about, instead of a debate... They should do like a cooking competition because Trump doesn't eat his well-done steaks. And like actually, I'm like, yeah, but isn't Kamala like a lawyer? Like, what the fuck does she do? And I actually did some research. She actually kind of knows what she's doing in the kitchen. It's pretty funny. Well, I assume that too, but like, no, she's not bad.
So she could make me a sandwich.
Yes.
Make me a sandwich.
Yes. She can be the national sandwich maker.
So the dude that posted that no debates and cook off instead.
Yeah.
He should really put the bong down before he buys his shit because that's stupid. What do we care if you can cook if you're the president? Just stop raising my taxes, leave me the hell alone, and whatever else.
Yeah, fucking open a restaurant. Kamala, like, start your own business, see what it's like. Like,
What would the name of her restaurant be?
Oh, boy. It's too off the cuff to come up with that one.
Yeah. Well, that could be another Monero giveaway in the future. What would Harris and Mickey Mouse hands name their restaurant? I mean, I don't think Mickey Mouse... He could serve, though.
No, he has an award-winning hot dish plate. You know that one?
Like what? Like Reese's Cups and... like
No. It was like... It was like a taco-seasoned... but casserole.
He had the white... No, fuck him. He had the white boy tacos.
Well, yeah, he's from Minnesota.
No, I don't give a shit. No spice. I don't do spice very well.
Yeah.
Then shut up. He doesn't. No, if you don't do spice well, you don't cook.
You must not be familiar with the Minnesota hot dish.
I don't even want to know.
Well, what they do is like it's like a potluck dish, and you just take whatever's in your fridge and you mix it all together and make it.
Oh, like a goulash almost.
Yeah. Well, yeah, kind of.
Weird.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been to Minnesota. I know people from Minnesota. You're kind of fucking weird, dude.
Yeah, they're not known for their food. Put it that way.
What are they known for? Their lakes.
Being really nice.
Well, they're so close to Canada. How they not be nice?
Well, yeah.
Oh lordy, I don't know. Whatever.
Too nice though. That's the problem. They're too nice.
Yeah, I don't know. This guy's a douche. So they got the CIA and the FBI is definitely interfered in the 2020 election. We have that information out now.
Yeah, well, it's an oopsie. We did an oopsie. Sorry. Won't happen again.
Yeah, it'll happen again. They'll try it.
I don't know. Maybe it's just a slow week. Let's just move on.
Yeah, I think we're good because did you post this about Giuliani?
No, I thought that was you.
Oh, it might have been me.
Yeah, that was you.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I did it because of the 375,000 ballots in Georgia
that was like a long time ago.
that are missing. I might have did it twice because they did it. Oh, I guess it was 4 days ago.
Oh, okay.
Well, because I brought that up before that there was 375 missing ballots in Georgia.
Yeah.
And the judge said, "Where are they?" And they go, "Oh, we don't know."
Yep.
So that alone gives Trump Georgia. They don't have the paperwork to back it up.
It doesn't matter. Like you keep saying this shit like it matters. It doesn't matter.
I want people to realize there are still people out there walking around and breathing through their mouth, of course, that there was no interference in the election. People still believe the 82 million votes actually happened.
But that's the thing. Like, it doesn't matter if you convince. Like, everyone tomorrow could wake up and be like, "Yeah, it was stolen," and nothing will change. It doesn't matter. They're going to steal the next one. Doesn't matter.
Well, maybe they'll actually do something so it doesn't happen again.
No, they won't. Have you ever done poll watching?
Well, I mean, I can't now.
Why?
We're on the ballot, dude. We can't be a poll watcher.
Really? Mm-mm. But have you ever?
No.
Well, there you go.
But I also lived in Chicago.
It's okay. So that's an even better reason.
The Democrats are going to win.
But that's why you poll watch to prove.
To make sure I would rather them not win.
I understand, but like then when you poll watch, then you know it's legitimate.
I'm sure it wasn't legitimate, but
well, that's why you watch.
What am I going to watch? I don't know. Yeah.
But no, the thing, you're saying, "Well, I don't want to do this, and I'm lazy." Well, so is everybody else.
Well, it's not lazy. It's just like no one's going to win but a Democrat.
Or that's why nobody's going to get up and watch the polls, which is why they can cheat so easily.
Although there was a story out that the overall, I guess across the country, or I mean maybe one state, I don't know. They're picking like Democrats like 2-1 versus Republicans.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, that's not. They're gonna cheat,
of course.
But here's the thing: I don't care. They can't help her. They can't cheat that much.
Yeah, they can.
So I think I said this last week. Trump's gonna break 80 million votes.
Okay,
he just is.
Okay.
So they're gonna have to give her 95 or 100 million votes.
So what?
Who the fuck is gonna believe that?
Doesn't matter if you believe it.
That's true.
You're going to accept it.
Oh, our voting system is so fucking ridiculous here.
And January 20th or January 6th, whatever the date is that we do the transfer of power, guess who certifies the votes? The current vice president.
Oh, Mickey Mouse hands Mike. Oh, God.
No, the current vice president.
Oh, because we certified before the new one takes office.
Yes.
Oh, she certifies her own vote.
So,
so there is some speculation that it's gonna, if Trump does win, hanky shit's gonna take place. That like even who was it? Mayorkas.
Yeah.
And the prosecutor for I believe Michigan have basically threatened the American people that you are not going to question this election. Like, you will not be questioning the election. We will come out.
And they won't. And people won't question it.
We cannot live another 4 years under this fucking ridiculousness. I'd say I'd move, but where am I going to move?
You're not going to solve this problem politically. Like, you can't vote your way out of socialism.
No. I mean, when Trump is elected, it's a great step in a different direction, not necessarily a better direction.
Trump is going to be gone in 4 years.
And we get J.D. Vance, the hillbilly.
No. Nobody, look, nobody has the charisma of Trump. They just don't.
J.D. People love this guy.
No, he's not. No.
He's got to learn from Trump. He's got to fine tune a little bit.
You can't learn that. You can't learn that stuff. You can't teach that stuff. He's a natural born.
Yeah, that's
just fucking
probably very true.
Troll. He's a natural born troll. Is what he is.
He was a troll before trolls.
Yes.
Were trolls. Yeah, no, he is pretty cool. I don't know, but but again, you don't have to be better than Trump. You just have to be better than the Democrat person. I think J.D. Vance. I think he's a future president. I think he's got charisma.
It's not going to happen.
He's not afraid to talk to the press.
I don't see it happening.
Oh, Jesus! Don't tell me it's Democrat. Oh, so I also heard this fact actually today. If the Republicans do not take the Senate in this year, the next two election cycles they'll have no chance because there's not enough contested people coming up where there'd even be a chance for them to take it. So it's this year or nothing, people.
Interesting.
And
Well, we got a shitty Senate election in Nevada this kind of go around. We have Jackie Rosen, who's the current one, and then we have Sam Brown, who's like a kind of a rhino.
Yeah, I don't know much about him because I would never vote for Republicans. I'll vote for Trump because Chase Oliver's a basic bitch. But I will vote for Trump this time around. I think. I mean, unless I don't know. Nobody else can jump in, so I don't know. Whatever. I got to vote, I guess.
You don't have to. Noda. I'm voting Noda.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
How do you do that with the computer?
There should be an option for it, or you just leave it blank.
Huh. Or think about that. Yeah, I'll probably still vote Trump because I mean, no, honestly, it's going to be bad if Harris wins.
You don't think
it's
not that. It's just like Trump is not good enough. I did a Twitter post on our feed a while back. Oh, come on, scroll. See how far back it was. Let's talk while I'm looking for this.
No, I know, but I mean, it's here's the Mark Hamill thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not going to keep scrolling. So I posted something a while back, and it was
saw
like
this, right? By the way,
UN personnel. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I posted that too. Did you see that?
Oh, you posted that.
Oh, yeah. Read what I wrote.
Oh, that's right.
I wrote David. Oh, so he's showing the UN troops have immunity, and I posted that on Twitter, and I said, yeah, Dave and Ron would like to volunteer to test this out. No, but the one I'm talking about is a long time ago, and I made a little graphic that said, here's Kamala Harris, or actually it was Biden at the time.
Yeah.
So here's Joe Biden, here's Donald Trump, and here's how good you have to be to get my votes. Right? And there's way back here. I'm sorry. So, and Chase Oliver's way back there too. Well, he's maybe a little bit further, but...
Further back.
No, he's behind. He's ahead of Trump and Kamala Harris. But you have to be way out here to get my vote.
I thought you didn't drink. Are you drunk?
No.
How is he?
Dude, just go to read his websites.
It's okay. Well, I would go listen to what Harris is saying. She's lying.
But he's not lying.
He's not lying.
No. I think he would fail miserably if he tried to do any of this stuff because the deep state would stop him at every turn, and like he would fall for their traps and tricks. But he's being sincere. Okay,
I'll give you sincere. Yeah, I'll give you sincere. He's just not libertarian. He's not my kind of libertarian. But I'm really not sure if you're my kind of libertarian either. So
I'm not. I'm an anarchist.
Yes, you are.
I'm a real libertarian.
Nope.
And I don't know what the fuck you are.
There are different facets of all parties. You're way the fuck in La La Land.
I'm the one that reads the principle and says, "Oh yeah, that's me." And then you're like, "Well, except for this and that."
But you're living in La La Land, so that's
I'm
cool.
Living the principles
in La La because it can never happen.
Of course,
we're not getting in this fucking. We're not starting that shit show again. I will not have that conversation with you or the other dude with the beard. I don't like saying people's names on here. So okay, yeah, that's pretty much all I've got. I mean, it was an interesting week. I was busy, so I also didn't have a lot of time to do.
Yeah, I didn't get a whole lot. Like I was looking for news stories, and I really didn't hear anything worth talking about except for the Telegram thing.
Well, no, but the Telegram thing is important because it is one of your main facets of this. So, it just goes to show you how important.
Yep. So we're not going to steer you wrong. We're not going to give you bad advice. And if Signal changes,
I will.
If Signal changes their philosophy or whatever, like I'll let you guys know, right? And say, hey, switch to something else. And I do want to do shows on some of the alternatives to Signal, which are more tech focused. And if you're more a normie when it comes to computers, maybe that's above you. But I'm gonna give you the info anyway. And hopefully you can at least learn a bit how it works. No,
but that's kind of our whole show. I mean, we talk about a bunch of shit. We just throw it out there, doing headlines only. We are willing to customize shows. But I saw Dana Bash was trending on X. So I clicked on it, and they're talking about Harris is standing up for Biden's administration of economics.
But she wants to change it.
Well, no, apparently Biden was doing a great job.
But she's going to fix the economy.
But they're also accusing her of looking down at pre-written notes.
Yeah. Oh, Ben Stiller was on Twitter yesterday.
Yeah, like an airport or something. Yeah.
So they asked him why does he want to vote for Kamala Harris.
Yeah.
Did you hear his answer?
I didn't listen to it. I'm not listening. To that
he said because it's time for a change. Wait, what? It's time for she's the vice president. and it's time for a change.
Yeah.
So we're gonna vote for. Okay.
Yeah, no, I get it, but it's absurd that people are not understanding this. She had...
What was it, Ben Stiller that they got at the airport, or was it Zoolander? Because, like, that's the kind of answer Zoolander might give.
Actually, that would be a great answer for Zoolander. He's in his own little world. Millions of dollars.
Okay.
And doesn't know what real life is like.
Do you want to do our teaching segments here?
Yeah,
Just get on with it? Okay.
Yeah.
So I got an interesting one. It's a little bit tech related, but not super tech related. So
cool.
It's a little concept I come up with. Things everybody should own, but almost nobody does.
Okay.
And I'll confess, I don't own all these myself. So like, I
do, but
I still have. I don't think you do actually.
Probably.
I still have plans to purchase a lot of these things that I'm lacking. But okay, first one, rope, about 50 feet or 100 feet.
Yeah, I got that.
Yeah, well, you would have that. I have that. A lot of people don't have that. And it's just simple rope. Like, and get what do you call it? The paracord, like the thick paracord rope.
Or actually, well, it depends on what you want the rope for.
True, but like paracord is going to meet almost all of your needs.
Does that one is that like a nylon based one?
Yes,
paracord
is made of nylon.
It's kinetic.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be a good one. Okay.
So I mean, with rope you can secure things together. Like you can make a bridge. You can hang things for example, when we were out camping, what you would do is you would wrap all your food in a tarp and hang it from a tree, and that way it doesn't attract bears or moose or anything else. And you can use it to reach higher areas, right? So like if you're in that tree, you can throw the rope up there, climb up the rope.
And you can swing to the next tree?
If you want.
Oh, that'd be cool. Actually, your rope, it would stretch and you would hit the ground.
We're not talking bungee cord here. We're just like nylon rope.
Well, we do in the Jeep world. We use a kinetic rope where it does stretch quite a bit.
Ah, okay.
And then you get the tension of the rope pulling the Jeep too.
So. Yeah. I mean, like again, look at what needs you have.
Yeah.
And maybe have multiple types of rope.
Yeah.
A grappling hook for your rope. I bet you don't have that.
I do not have a grappling hook.
So,
why do I not have a grappling hook for?
I don't know, but so grappling hook, it'll attach to your rope, and it'll help your rope attach to things when you're throwing. So you don't have to like aim at the fucking branch and get it correct. Like you just hit the grappling hook up there and it's on there.
So is the Batman belt real? Because he had a grappling hook on his belt.
I wouldn't trust that.
Okay.
To lift a human weight. And the other thing you do with a grappling hook is you can actually retrieve stuck items that are up, up on a roof somewhere. Like if you just throw the rope, it's going to be hard to get the item down. But with a grappling hook, it'll pull right down.
Yeah, no, that's actually smart. Like my frisbees.
Yeah, you stuck frisbee, but you might punch a hole in the frisbee. But so a crowbar. Everyone should have a crowbar.
I've got multiple crowbars.
So a crowbar helps you can enter stuck areas. You can like if a door is stuck, you can unjam it open.
You can knock someone on the head with it.
Yeah, that was one of my things. Yeah, self defense if you in a pinch. You can like remove nailed boards. Yeah. All that kind of stuff.
No, pry boards. Yeah, they're a very universal tool.
Yeah, but again, like most people don't have one. If you ask people, do you have a crowbar? No.
Yeah.
Why would I have a crowbar?
No, I do.
So a telescoping magnet is a good one.
I've got a couple of those.
Okay, so like these are fucking like life-saving tools. So like if you're working on your car and you're pulling out a bolt, spark plug, whatever, and I dropped it. Yeah. Now it's in the fucking engine block.
Yeah.
How are you gonna get that out? Telescoping magnet.
But speaking of magnets, though, you could even turn this into a telescoping one. If you take apart a microwave, they actually have
don't
magnets.
do that. Don't do
that.
No.
Okay. Unplug it. Pull the resistor off.
Yeah.
Cross the terminals.
Let the capacitor discharge for all
day.
But
you can do that with a screwdriver.
But so don't do that.
Well, no, you can. I mean,
don't do that.
Okay, don't do that because people have died. But in the magnetometer, there are some badass.
Yeah, very powerful magnets in there.
Very badass.
Hard drives have very powerful.
Okay.
Or the spinning hard drives, the old ones.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very powerful. Like I used to rip those open and take the magnets out and fuck around with them. That was fun. But yeah, telescoping magnet because you can like bend it around and make it conform to whatever shape you want, and then stick it down a deep hole and pull out metallic objects. Wire crimpers and crimp sets.
Yeah, get all that.
So if you've ever had to like make a connection with a wire and you didn't have a crimper, it's a huge fucking pain in the ass, right? Like you should have to strip the wire with like a knife or something, and then like sometimes you cut it, and it's a huge pain in the ass, and then you gotta fucking like tie the wires together.
Right.
And
make sure you use good butt connectors.
And you're using like electrical tape and all this, and it's a pain in the ass. It pulls apart. Like now, get a good crimp set. Use some heat shrink.
Yeah.
And like it's just fucking.
But in that box is butt connectors.
Yeah.
I just find that funny because I'm apparently a child.
But
But you said but.
So soldering iron with solder.
Yeah.
So soldering iron is kind of similar to the wire crimper set in that like you can connect things together, and when you're doing wire work, you actually want to solder those wires together before doing the crimps. But you can also work on circuit boards.
Yeah.
I've done Wii and PlayStation mods with soldering irons.
Really?
Yeah, so they lock you out of running your own software on these things, and the way to get around that is like there's a little circuit that you just make the connection.
Look at old jumper. In there.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
And if you look that up, like it's actually pretty easy, but you got to be familiar with soldering iron.
Yeah.
The other thing is it could be another self-defense tool if it's already warmed up. I mean, just fucking stick it in someone's eyeball, you know.
Poke your eye out.
Yeah. Dremel. Everyone should have a Dremel. Essentially, it's a small drilling tool, but it has an attachment head. Yeah. So not only drills, but you can have sanding paper on there.
Well, the cool thing about a Dremel, they also make a different kind of head for it. It's on a flexible cord.
Okay.
So you can take off the retaining nut and then put this on, and then put your bit on the flexible cord, and you can really get into some tight spaces.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Okay.
they're actually really nice. Yeah.
They have polishing heads,
Yeah.
so you can do polish work. You can do engraving. So, like, if you're a jewelry maker or something like that, you can do engraving.
Trim your dog's nails?
There
No,
you go.
you can. I didn't say that for you, did I?
No, I didn't think of that.
No, because my son uses them to trim the nails.
Nice. Yeah, Dremels are amazing. I mean, I've done work on my car, just random shit around the house. Yeah. A drain snake, also known as a hand auger. So if you ever had a drain clog, which almost all of you had, and you put the fucking liquid plumber down there,
don't ever do that.
Like it kind of works, but then the clog comes back, and then it's a pain in the ass, and you got a fucking plunger. Just get a hand auger. Right, it's when you call a plumber and they charge you $300, whatever bullshit it is, they just bring their hand auger and run it down your drain.
No, it's important.
Yeah.
No, I've got actually a variety of augers. It's funny because in Chicago we call them rotters.
Okay.
It's the rod, and I've been saying that here. I was like, "What are you talking about?"
I always call it a snake.
It's it's a regional thing. Apparently, it changes state to state. I don't know, but
get yourself a drain auger.
But you can also, if you have a kitchen clog. The hand one's probably not going to work real well because it's a small diameter on a bigger pipe. But Home Depot rinse them too.
Yeah.
Learn to use it, people. It's not hard. You go watch a video, kind of learn how to do it.
Yep.
Heat your clean out.
Save a lot of money.
It's kind of fun, and you save some money.
Everyone should have an axe or a hatchet, or both.
Put in / machete.
Oh, machete's good too. Yeah.
My wife collects machetes. I'm
nice.
not sure why.
I have a machete.
Yeah, my wife's got a whole bunch of them.
But yeah, so you can chop wood.
Yeah.
Or if you're like in a city, like old furniture that you have to take to the dumpster.
Yeah.
A lot of the apartment buildings are like, well, you can't put stuff in the dumpster. Well, chop it up with a hatchet, and then now you can put it in the dumpster. Also, again, self-defense, right? If you're in a pinch. Firemen use these to get into doors and fires.
And they kill zombies really easy.
Yeah,
that blade to the forehead, those zombies drop.
And then to go along with that is a shovel, right? You should always have a shovel. People might have snow shovels, but I'm saying like you need a real heavy-duty shovel.
So if you use the axe and kill somebody, you realize you killed an innocent person.
You can dig a grave.
You use the shovel to hide the body.
Exactly.
See, there you go.
That's why I put them in this order, by the way.
Digging in the desert's actually fairly easy.
Yeah.
Once you get to the really loose dirt.
But you might run into some other bodies out there.
Yeah, you might find some hookers and some mobsters and
some fishing gear. So it doesn't have to be like a graphite fucking rod with the 20-pound test or whatever. Like you can just have a regular old school rod, like a fly rod.
It's stick and fishing line and a bobber.
Yeah, exactly. You don't need something fancy.
And a hook.
Because if you're out in the wilderness and you need to catch some fish or other wildlife, you can catch squirrels, chipmunks, whatever. And you can use this. You can use the line as like a rope for small items, so you can secure small items together with the fishing line.
And you can actually also circle your tent, like through trees, with the fishing line and hang like little bells on them.
There you go.
You'll hear everybody sneaking in on you.
Exactly. So on the knife show, I showed off some of my knives, and a couple of them had glass breakers on them.
Yeah.
You should have a glass breaker.
Yep.
Now it doesn't have to be on your knife if you don't want a fancy knife or whatever, but get a glass breaker and put it in your car. And if there's any situation where you need to get out of the car, just pop that glass breaker, bang. Glass shatters and you get out.
Whose sister? Did Elon Musk have a sister that died?
I don't know.
There was a sister of.
Are you sure you're thinking of Ted Kennedy? I think.
No, this lady actually drove her Tesla into the lake, where the Kennedys, they jumped out of the car and pushed into the lake with dead bodies inside.
Well, in either case, if they had a glass breaker.
Yeah. Well, I'm pretty sure they're already dead. It's Kennedys. I mean, they kind of do what they want. Who was? She was in Texas in a Tesla, and it apparently rolled backwards into a lake.
Yeah.
And she drowned.
Huh.
Because she didn't have a glass breaker on.
Right. Well, get a glass breaker.
Because what happens when your car is submerged, you really can't open the doors.
Right.
It's a little bit hard. It's like being inside of a fridge.
And plus, Tesla has to be online to open the doors.
Yeah. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, climb inside of a fridge and close the door.
Yeah.
Well, no, if you're a listener, don't do that. We can't lose any more listeners.
If you're Indiana Jones, you can do that.
But you can't open the door if it's properly sealed and you're inside the fridge. You cannot open the door.
Right. Okay, so sewing kit. Everyone should have a sewing kit.
I got that.
Most people don't. So you can mend clothing, leather materials you can sew together, or if you're in a pinch, like if you have a wound, you can sew your wound up.
Oh, Rambo style.
There you go. I mean.
Yeah, but I think you need that needle with a hook on it because that's what he used.
Well, that'd be your fish hook.
Oh.
No, but you don't need. You can use a regular needle.
Ooh.
Yeah. God, well, I mean, if you got to do it, you got to do it. You know.
Yeah.
So flares or a flare gun, or both. So you can signal danger, your location. Grab attention. Let's say you're driving late at night and you're on a country road and you have an accident. Put some flares in front of your car. Yeah. That way, like, if there's any drivers oncoming, they won't crash into you again.
Or if they're texting, they will. So what the fuck does it matter?
Well, then it's their fault.
Nobody pays attention to
Vegas. Or if you happen to be lost somewhere, you can pick your flare gun out and boom, a helicopter. If there's a helicopter, they'll see your flare gun. A whistle. So a whistle is a similar thing as a flare gun. Like, it signals danger, or it can tell people your location, grab attention. They make these things called rape whistles, which,
I've offered those to a few employees.
I call them, there's about to be a dead guy whistles, because you use the whistle and then you shoot the rapist. But,
Well, no, I used to offer them to people. I'm like, well, when you get in some of my employees, I'm trying to train to do stuff.
Yeah.
I'm like, just blow your little rape whistle, and we'll come run in and save you.
A no-fuel fire starter. So, like, people have, like, matches, lighters, things like that. Those are good, but you also want to be able to do something, like, in a pinch. If the fuel runs out, or if it's wet, or there's all sorts of scenarios where you'd want a no-fuel starter.
Have you ever done the fire with a stick?
Yeah, I was an Eagle Scout.
Okay, yeah, no, you guys look that up. It's actually kind of cool. You make a little bow, and you're not really doing this on it because that ain't gonna work. But you got your little bow, and it actually works.
But like modern ones are like flint rods with a scraper.
Oh, okay.
And they put off shitloads of sparks. I mean, that'll start a fire right away. So you get some dry kindling and boom. So caltrops. I bet you don't have any caltrops.
I don't even know what that is.
So caltrops are like little triangle-shaped spikes, and you would put them on the ground to make a getaway.
Oh, it's like when Batman would release them in the back of his car to flatten people's tires?
Yes. Now, I would suggest not doing that because it's probably illegal. But if you're
being chased.
Yeah, if you're being chased on foot, you can release some caltrops, and even by an animal, like a wild animal is chasing you.
Oh, yeah.
The animal doesn't want to step on that shit either. So just make sure it's legal in your area.
So there's two things in your list I don't have so far.
Oh, okay. Handcuffs and zip ties.
Okay, interesting.
So yes, you can get kinky with these things if you want, but that's not the main reason you would have them. So if someone breaks into your house
but you don't recommend the furry ones, though, right?
I don't care how you style them. That might be better, actually.
I guess furry ones would still keep you from getting... I guess they work, okay.
But let's say like someone breaks into your house and they give up. And you're a sporting kind of guy.
Are they tired? Do they just give up, or is it...
No, like you point the gun at them and they give up, right? So you don't want to... You're like, okay, he seems like a hungry, he wants some bread, whatever. But you still got to detain the person, right? So you put them in handcuffs.
Yeah.
And that's legal because it's a citizen's arrest, and they are a dangerous person. They've broken your home.
Yeah, okay, so citizen's arrest, and I believe in Illinois, and I don't know if it's nationwide or if it's just... You have to say things a certain way. Or it does
if they're in your home, you get a lot more leeway.
Well, they're home, yeah, right. They're in your home.
But yes, if you're out and about, then make sure your local laws you understand.
A lot of times, just call 911 when you're and say, what do I need to properly say to them?
Yes.
And let them say, if they don't know, well, you've done your best. You've done your due diligence.
Right. And the other thing, like you can secure valuable items. Like if are storing silver or something, and you have a briefcase full of silver in your lockbox, you can put handcuffs on that thing and secure it to your wall.
Oh yeah.
And then it's not going anywhere. And then zip ties can do a lot of similar things, but they can also secure cabling. So like if you can see here, we have a cable mess on the table. Actually, I can't actually see that, but it's a mess. So we got
It's not a mess.
If we get some zip ties, we can tidy that up a little bit, and it's nice.
The problem is this is made to travel. I mean, we're good to go.
True.
I can do a podcast anywhere.
Well, no, the zip ties would help with that too.
Yeah, just let me know.
So like a long pole, just a long pole, like whether it's wood, metal, whatever, and you can reach stuck items that are high up. It can act as a self-defense tool, like a staff. Long pole is useful, right? Like especially if you're a shorter person, if you have those cabinets high up, poke at it with your pole.
Or just admit you're old and get the grabber.
The grabber. A jack for your car. A lot of people don't have a jack. What? So newer cars don't come with jacks anymore. Like in the old days, when you bought a car, it came with a jack and a spare tire. But now they don't do that.
Really?
Yeah. And I would recommend actually one of the pneumatic pump jacks. I mean, those are fucking like butter.
Well, the hydraulic. So depending on what kind of car you have, I've got a low profile hydraulic jack, and I've got a normal one because you have to know what kind of car you have to buy the right jack.
Yeah.
I do recommend hydraulic jacks because they're more secure. They've got a much bigger area to seat the frame of the car on.
Right.
But you need to know, is your car lower to the ground or higher to the ground? Because one jack may raise your car that's low to the ground, but it will not raise your truck that's off the ground, that's higher up. So you got to know which jack to have or buy multiple jacks. So.
And then along with that same thing is jumper cables. Most people don't have jumper cables. I mean, how many times have you had dead battery and you say, hey, can I get a jump? I don't have any cables.
I've got 3 sets I keep in my truck so I can daisy chain them.
Yeah.
No, because if a car is parked in somewhere weird and you can't get around to them, so I daisy chain my
yeah, I mean, that works. Yeah, so get some jumper cables for your car. Another good one, multimeter. You might not have that.
I definitely have a multimeter.
Oh, you have a multimeter? Okay. So multimeter...
An ohms meter, a continuity tester.
Okay.
It's all the same.
Yeah, so a multimeter is like an electrical testing device, and it can do things like check if your batteries are dead. You can discover short circuits. Now read the instructions because you can destroy your multimeter if you hook it up wrong.
So if it's digital, technically I don't think you can.
Well, you'll blow the fuse.
You blow the fuse.
Yeah. And
the analog one, you'll just redline it out and it's done.
Yeah, so make sure you read the manual, learn how those work. They're very important. I use them all the time. WD-40. Most people do not have WD-40.
I don't like WD-40.
Really?
Mm.
Why?
It leaves a residual behind. And
good, that's the point.
Huh?
That's the point.
No, because if you're like greasing hinges on a door or the hinges on a garage door, it leaves like a residual, and that also attracts dust. Where I go more of a graphite spray. If you ever check graphite sprays, check them out.
Well, so WD-40 is actually designed to keep water out. It's not designed to lubricate things, but people use it to do that.
I believe it says lubricated on the bottle.
It might, but it was designed to keat water out. And people just realized, oh, this is really good at lubricating things.
How would you keep water out with WD-40?
It's like it's a hydrophobic material. Yeah.
So what would you spray? Because you're not gonna.
You cover metal in it to keep out rust. That's the point.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Huh. I do graphite sprays.
And the other thing
silicone sprays.
is that it smells fucking great.
And actually, it's a great carpet cleaner. No, I'm not kidding. That shit will clean
Interesting.
I don't recommend it, but it does.
Yeah,
work.
If you got some like open flame near that's gonna have a problem.
Which we did as a kid. We used to use spray cans. And
of course.
We give fire and spray, and we had Olympic torches.
Yeah, well, we used to spray it on our hands and then light the hand up.
Ooh,
that was fun. Like turn the lights off.
You won't burn your hand.
Right, it won't burn your hand. Yeah,
interesting.
But no, you should have WD-40 regardless. It has tons of uses. Yeah. And then the last one I have is either a wheelbarrow, shopping cart, wagon, or other type of conveyance device like that.
I recommend metal grocery carts.
Yeah, those are good.
Because you could also use it as a grill.
Okay.
No, you flip it over.
Yeah.
And then you start a fire underneath it.
There you go.
Learned that from a homeless guy.
Yeah. Nice.
I'm driving down the road and go, oh, that motherfucker's smart.
Yeah. But yeah, something to carry heavy things over long distances because you don't want to blow your back out. And any kind of wheeled device that can do that is going to be a lot better for you. So yeah, that's my list.
Awesome.
Things everyone should have, but most people don't.
I have most of them. But again, I have a garage full of shit, and I've done all kinds of jobs, and yeah, I just got weird shit. But I will be get a grappling hook, and then those little spiky things. I gotta have those. I don't know. Yeah, I'll probably call you sometime this week. What were those things called again? Because I gotta get some. Again, mine's gonna be a more simple one. The theme I'm trying to go off now is something that's utilitarian, and also can be used as currency in the event of a major collapse of the economic system. Even you can't access your Monero that you won here, you still may not be able to access it for temporarily, so you want to have other forms. Speaking of that, I was going to bring this up earlier, but I didn't want the volcano in Italy. Do you think about this?
Which one?
Well, there's two of them that are smoking right now.
I didn't know that.
Or at least they were a couple days ago. I can't find much of the news about them.
Weird.
But they're saying that if they were to erupt, they could basically take the sun out away from us for a while.
Okay.
Because the ash would be in the air, which would affect plants and would affect everything like that. So that's another good reason to prep, because it could be as simple as a volcano taking out the sun for a while.
Right.
Because there was one, I think, that erupted in somewhere back in the early 1800s. It took the sun away for a year.
Oh, Krakatoa, maybe?
It was a summer without sun. And if that does happen, you need to have grow lights and move your plants inside. But maybe I'll get into that another time. But I'm trying to focus on stuff that you can use in your house, but you can also trade. And this week I want to talk about candles. They're simple.
Oh.
You don't have to go. I don't recommend going to the store and buying them. They put weird shit in the wax, and the stem has got lead in it, or possibly lead in it. Make your own. It's actually kind of a fun thing, because you can do it as a family event. You know, you can teach your kids how to make candles. They sell the wicks already where they stand erect, as long as you put a little base on them. I said erect. But what else? They stand alone? I mean, I don't know what else they would have used. So you can kind of have fun with that. And if you want to, you can actually add scents to them. Now, do not use your moonshine still for this, but have a separate still where you can extract essential oils from flowers. Mm-hmm. And you can put that into the candle so you get a nice little scent.
There you go.
But they're good, obviously, in power outages. You can make the size that you want. But again, you can also trade them to your neighbors for food. So it's something that would be, if we lost power for a long time, it would be something that would be valuable to people. And maybe we'll go over a list sometime of like what would be the good barter currency.
Oh, okay.
I know a lot of guys, they buy the little liquor bottles.
Yeah.
And they have those for currency. Cigarettes, they're going to go stale.
Right.
But I do want to see if you can keep cigarettes in a humidor and make them last longer.
Well, but you have to power that, don't you?
No, humidor. No. You just keep it wet.
Okay.
Typically, you want to use distilled water in your humidor and not tap water. But if you've been listening to us, you've already got a still. You can distill your own water, and then you keep your humidor nice. I think 70. Oh God, it's been a while. So I think 70%. Keep your cigars good. Keep your cigarettes good. You got more currency right there. It's kind of like jailhouse. Think of being in jail and what you use as currency.
Right.
That shouldn't work on the street.
Your butthole.
I mean, if you're so inclined to, but that's not really a currency because you're not really trading that.
Well,
they're taking it.
Well, no, but you can trade it. I'm saying.
You could be like one of the ones that I'll give you my butthole.
Yeah, I'll not resist for some Cheetos.
I'm just gonna move on because I'm not gonna go to the fact that was your first thought. I mean, but that's cool. I mean, you could have said canvas bag, loaf of bread, fruit. That's how you make jailhouse wine. No, Dave goes butthole. I don't know. We don't question things that are canary in the cage. We just accept each other who we are. Fucking weirdo. So looking at making candles, there's plenty of stuff online. You can buy your stuff online. You can buy like a big block of wax.
Yeah.
And you can melt it in your microwave, but don't use a microwave you cook your food in. Buy a separate microwave. They're like $20.
Why not talk to your local apiarist?
What do?
They keep bees.
Oh, beeswax.
Yeah.
I didn't know beekeepers. I always want beekeepers. Yeah. I never use that big fancy $25 word. Get into candles. I mean, and when you check out candles, go ahead and check out soap making as well, because it's actually really easy to do. You can melt stuff and you can have fun with it, but you can also use it to trade for stuff. So I don't know. Look into it. So I think that's really all I got.
Cool.
All right. Well, it's been a fun show. Hope you learned something. And if not, well, come back next week. We might get lucky.
See you next week.
All right. Goodbye, everybody. Thank you for joining us at the Canary in the Cage podcast.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share us to help build the community.
You can find us at Odyssey, Rumble, YouTube, or your favorite podcast app, and even on the dark web at I2P.
Thanks for listening, and see you next time.